morning! Hi, love! I'm super grateful and happy, this past few days. Sobrang okay lang. Peace, Kinern. Tapos, visit ng family sa Rizal and all. Family. And work, of course. How about you, love?
Okay, so I'm very, very okay. Everything is okay, but let's greet our viewers first for
Oo nga.
being with us this morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with us this morning. And we really hope that you are having a great day today. So, as you've said, everything is okay with me, and I'm so grateful for all the things that had continuously happening to all of us here. Just wanted to share also, love, di ba we were talking at the backstage na nga na
Yeah.
let's really have parang let's really share this information. Actually, it's really a fact na last week, actually, one of our drivers got contracted with COVID. Na meron siyang COVID because the rule kasi for us to parang pabalikin yung mga drivers namin. Of course, we don't need all of them now. Parang nagpa-transition kami, parang if they come back, 6 months silang mag-stay. So transitioning, so
Yeah.
after 6 months, tatawagin namin yung other driver. So the other driver that we wanted to come back, ang rule namin kasi, kailangan ipapa-swab test bago mag-work talaga sa amin. So, bumalik. So, first week of October, we scheduled him to have a swab test at Makati Med. Unfortunately, he resulted positive with COVID first week of October. So, of course, we are responsible for our people. So what we did is I personally administered him with a homeopathy remedy with all the protocols and remedies that we have because asymptomatic yung case niya, love, because he didn't know until we got the result na meron na siyang COVID. No, diba? So hindi niya alam na may COVID siya until we got a good thing with the within 24 hours you can get the results na. So when we had it at the swab test, we got the result within 24 hours, then yun nga, positive siya sa COVID. So what we did, of course, for the panicking, we apply, we do what we need to do now. So I administered him, I gave him all the protocol for asymptomatic for COVID. We have that in a homeopathy lab. Meron tayo niyan sa homeopathy. So, asymptomatic yung case na. And then, of course, he's staying with his family. So, I also sent the protocol for homeopathy rin yung for prophylaxis naman. Okay? Coupled with that, we also instructed him to take vitamin Z and zinc and coconut oil. And it's very holistic because what we really preach here in Naturopaths in Manila, I told him to really have a good sleep, watch your diet, your food, take all the mga herbs, pinainom din ng mga turmeric, ng ginger, all those parang mga formula natin on how to make sure that to strengthen the immune system, we have that. And of course, love, during that time, we continuously doing the distant pranic healing to our driver and also to the family of the driver. Yes. So simultaneously, very holistic and love. Okay. So, all right. So we had closely monitoring him. We called him. We updated each other. So on the last week of October, So within that period, after mga 2-3 weeks, nagkaroon siya, or 2 weeks siguro, nagkaroon siya ngayon ng nag-exhibit siya ng coughing with phlegm. Kasi at first asymptomatic siya, love, di ba? So, he reported to us. So what I did now, sent him now from homeopathic remedy, exactly the, tawag dito, exactly the etiology coughing with phlegm. So we matched that. I gave him the phosphorus. We have that in homeopathy. That's a remedy in homeopathy lab. So phosphorus.
Mhm.
So coupled with all those remedies that we had already brought with him, binigyan namin siya. And then we scheduled him again for another test last week of October. And then thank God he resulted negative. Okay?
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's fast,
continuously yan,
right?
diba? Continuously lahat yan, pranic healing, distant healing, everything that he's doing, taking all those homeopathic remedy, vitamin C, coconut oil, zinc, and everything. All right. But the rule kasi in our before he can really back to work full force and stay in, kailangan mag-result siya ng two negative. Kasi we cannot compromise also the people that he will be mingling with him, di ba? So we
Correct.
schedule him. So nag-test siyang negative, still we send him back home with all those remedies and sabi nga namin, take care of your health, don't be complacent, di ba? So that's what exactly, he was very participative and cooperative. So we scheduled him for another test last Friday. This November na, last Friday. Kasi last week of October yung second test niya. Last Friday, we scheduled him again. Um, this time afternoon na siya nag-take ng swab test because retest na ang tawag sa kanya. Yun yung rule nila sa Makati Med eh. So grateful and very happy na Saturday we got the result and he tested negative already. So he had that two negative results from COVID. And mind you, lab, of course, we were the one who's providing and administering everything to our people, to our driver. He didn't use any medication. Only, why I'm saying this, I'm so happy dahil lahat ng ginamit niya at together with his family to make sure na ma-prevent also from contracting kasi nandun siya nagpapagaling, nagpa-quarantine. All natural remedies, lab. And last Saturday, we got his another results. Naka-twice siyang results ng negative. And coming all from the Makati Med report. And tawag dito, now that he's free from the COVID, in homeopathy, we have that, kasi homeopathy is is a natural medicine. So I'm
Correct.
taking the medicine now. I'm giving him the cell salts. Cell salt is also a homeopathy, pero it's like a supplement. So to continue to strengthen his immune system, lalo na is staying with us. And tawag dito, of course, doing all the pranic healing, distant pranic healing protocol, yung strengthen the immune system. And what I'm trying to say here na we don't have to be fearful, di ba? So we
Yeah.
really have to just having believe on what you're doing. And eto, real case, real thing, di ba? Yun yung so happy. Kaya nga sabi ko, kailangan ma-share natin to then a lot of viewers would know na there's a way, di ba, na
Yeah.
in this particular thing that's happening with us,
So many options. Yes.
so many options, so many things that we can do, and provided that we are very much willing to cooperate. And mind you, our driver is 61 years old, love. He's a senior
Oh
citizen,
my God.
morbid of hypertensive. Okay, so that is his case. Kung meron siyang hypertensive siya. So with that, when he contracted that, he has already that comorbidities of hypertension. So I'm thankful. I'm so grateful with everything that I've learned and studied about naturopathy. And for those who wanted to learn this, you don't have to be a medical doctor to study this or to be an expert on something. You can study this, especially it comes so handy. In PINS, at PINS, we teach a basic intro to homeopathy. To go
Correct.
further, Denise Sadran, the one who really teaching this homeopathy. my teacher also, that's where I take my homeopathy. She's continuously conducting these classes online. So a lot of things that you can learn, hindi naman to everyday, kumbaga for the ano lang, 3 days lagi yung courses niya ng homeopathy. So you can connect with Miss Saldran. And then when she teaches this homeopathy, it comes with the remedy. And remedies na kasama yun sa course, ituturo niya paano paggamit, ano yung sinasabi kong etiology, the causes of this, ituturo niya. So, you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be in the medical field background for you to understand this. You can study this and learn, and it comes so handy right now. And of course, pranic healing, we conducted this. We have mga classes also now na binibigay yung self-healing technique na itinuturo online classes. So watch out for that. Our very own Zarina Malyari will be conducting this soon. Tawag dito, self-healing technique is to be taught in pranic healing. So, yun lang, love. Thank you very much. And sa pins, yung mga natutunan natin, yung mga kailangan gamitin, yung how to administer yung mga right amount and right dosage to take, pag may mga ganyan, yung vitamin D, zinc, and coconut oil. Grabe, sobrang simple pero lakas.
I love BC.
Oh, yun, dami ko nga dito BC ngayon. Pinadala namin sa driver namin during that time na sabi namin, oh yan, i-take mo yan. So, we administer, we give the right appropriate amount of how to take that BCO. So, for those who are interested to know more about, they can message us, love to parang direct them to all our sources. Diba? So, that's a beautiful thing to we can do this. Yes. So, yan lang, love. Thank you very much. And let's go back now to our topic. Yes.
Thank you so much for, inspiring us and, giving us a testimonial that, there are so many options that we can use talaga in order for us to not to be scared with what's going on around us right now, right? So, yeah, let's go to our next topic, of course. Our topic for today is about sound healing. And I wanted to introduce our guest speaker for today. Actually, diba, this is an interview last September 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right.
Matagal na para sa November. Okay.
Yeah. And mind you, kasi this interview talagang happened last September because our guest, just like her gorgeous husband, sobrang busy itong mga taong to ngayon. They have been really promoting health and wellness also. May mga platform din silang ginagawa and they are conducting classes also. So, with the goodness of her heart also to make sure na makapagbigay siya ng information that will help people also to become aware about this. Talagang she took time to do this video with us, with the actual tawag dito, ano pa siya, experience for all of us what is sound healing, di ba? So, thank you so much, Teacher Denise. Actually, Teacher Eauaua, she is actually the wife of Teacher JC. Teacher JC, we had him, he was our guest before na talk about yin yoga and yoga in general. So, ngayon si Teacher Denise naman ang mapapakinggan natin. So, bring it on, love.
All right, let's go. Yeah. So, healing with Eauaua. So, Denise is a certified teacher in several styles of yoga, including yin, laughter, and hatha, but has found her true calling as a Kundalini yoga teacher and is certified under the Kundalini Research Institute as well as Yoga Alliance. So she's also a certified sound healer under Swami Chaitanya Krishna of Golden Temple Singing Bowls in Nepal. Denise utilizes the power of the gong, a sacred instrument for sound healing and relaxation, as well as the Tibetan singing bowls and crystal bowls, whose frequencies balance the body's energies. She has also practiced and studied various methods of meditation and other spiritual modalities. And when it comes to being lifestyle writer, PR and event specialist, a tarot and oracle card reader, she remains equally zealous in all. This also includes managing her family insurance business, Roco insurance brokers, full-time as president, not to mention gardening and soap making.
Wow.
Regardless of her many pursuits, Denise lives with her head in the clouds, but with her feet on the ground.
Wow.
Perfect.
Napaka-balance naman yung teacher natin yan, hearing
Correct.
ano, CV. Parang yung designation niya, ang daming, makikita mo talaga yung balance ng lifestyle niya, di ba? She's also in
Yeah.
a corporate world, lab, ah. Tapos, eto yung ginagawa din niya. So, that's what I like about yung mga teachers natin. They really really a example that they live a balanced life, love. And it's very, very important. You can be in the aspect of yan, yung mga ganyan, spirituality, and yet you never forget your responsibility, your
True.
purpose. Yeah? So, yes, ma'am. So, but this time, ang aspect na ipapakita ni Teacher Denise sa atin, ito nga yung expertise niya as a sound
Yes.
teacher.
So
And yeah, so yes,
I'm
bring
gonna
it
share it
up. Yes.
now. Share. I'm gonna
How
hold.
can sound be a form of healing? How can sound be a form of healing? Okay, so sounds, syempre there's different kinds of sounds, right? So it will all depend on your perception, on how you perceive it. So for some people, like they like certain forms of rock music, heavy metal. Majority of the people, it's hard for them to, understand na parang, why is it music? Bakit ganon? Pero sa akin, hindi. So it will all really depend on you and your experience. Because sound is a personal experience. And all of us have a basic resonant frequency. So sorry, medyo technical na. But ganun, may kunyari, teacup or baso or kandila, everything has a frequency of its own. So ganun din, pati tayo as people, may sarili tayong frequency, kaya nga magka-vibes, ka-vibes ko yan. So it's like that also. So with sound, it's your experience and it will be really up to you to know which kinds and which forms of sounds are healing. So just to give you something that you can do for yourself at home, anyway, there's a lot that you can find on Spotify, tsaka on YouTube. There are frequencies called solfeggio frequencies. So they're a set of specific tones of sound na when you play them all together, it causes, or it rather provides a lot of healing on the body. And they've done a lot of scientific studies and experiments. And there you'll find many of those solfeggio frequencies online in YouTube and Spotify. And then another type of sound healing that you can also find online are binaural beats. So from the word bi, so that's two. So there's two different beats because your left ear and your right ear perceive differently. And then there are I think two interlaying beats that they play simultaneously. And then depending on that combination, it will produce, like a lot of relaxation. So they will try to trigger and get your your brain waves to follow like the delta states. So that's a lot of that's a state in your brain where you're already meditating or falling asleep. And then there's also the theta, which is a bit of increased creativity, and then there's the alpha, which is it encourages relaxation. So there's a lot you can explore. For me personally, I have a hard time listening to binaural beats if they don't layer maybe some musical instruments on top of it. Kasi pag puro lang yung beats, parang masyadong the frequency is maybe very high. So there's another thing called sonic masking. So let's say, di ba syempre hindi ma-avoid, no? Like depending where you live, kunyari katabi mo yung airport or maraming traffic sa labas, yung those kinds of noises we consider, di ba? Maingay, it's noisy. So what we can do is mask it by playing music in our house, but also we have to be careful not naman to make it too loud because that will also cause a different effect naman. So another way we can do it internally with our own consciousness and with our own awareness is to do what we call a sonic transmutation. So I'm sure you're familiar, right, with energy work, di ba? We transmute it, so ganun din sa sound. Imbes na ninalabanan mo yung ingay, that's what actually will cause the stress. It's not the sound itself that is causing the stress, but your internal reaction to the sound. That struggle, that conflict na linalabanan mo na parang, ingay. So it's what's stressing you out that causes the harm rather than the sound itself. So what do you do? How do you transmute it? Example, let's say there are grass cutters or kahit yung ref minsan maingay or any kind of noise. You try to match that frequency also. Like let's say there are grass cutters outside or yung mga construction workers they're trying to break the ground. So kunyari, so you try to hum also, like that also. You try to get into the same frequency of that sound and then you transmute it. So you transform. It's like, okay, so like you and the sound are one.
Oh.
So there's no conflict, there's no force, ganon.
Wow, Teacher Denise, thank you for this information. May natutunan kagad ako sa sinabi mo, ha? Kasi I really agree that sometimes unconsciously we are parang having a strong resistance sa mga naririnig natin around us sa environment natin, di ba? Tapos you're saying na that causes stress and it's very real and true, no? Na kumbaga parang nakakairita minsan. That's the word. Ano ba yung maingay na yan? Parang hindi siya sound, parang ang dating sa akin nga, it's a noise, di ba? But that's a good information you shared now that instead of fighting over it, why don't you just blend it? The way I pick up is parang you blend it with also with the sound or frequency na sabayan mo until such time that I think your energy body will blend it with that frequency. So it doesn't become stress and it's called nga transmutation. Parang you're transformed from a lower energy to higher energy na parang it's really a transmutation talaga. So thank you for that information. Ang powerful kagad ng binigay mong statement. May natutunan kagad kami sa'yo. But can you also share, let us know what do you mean or what is the difference between resonance and frequency, Teacher Denise? Ano yung pagkakaiba nitong dalawang to and how is it being connected when you say sound healing?
Okay, so frequency is actually, everything has frequency. Okay? So let's start from the top, right? So everything, what the common phrase, right, is everything is energy. Energy. So what is energy? Specifically, it is vibration. Okay, so whether tao, hayop, thing, whatever it is you're referring to, the object or the person, the place, even places have frequency, have energy. Now, what you're taking from that is from the vibration, because everything is energy and energy is vibration, there are different vibrations. So with the vibrations, that's where we get, different frequencies. Okay, somewhere. Like you mentioned earlier, yung iba low frequency, yung iba high frequency. So from there are different forms of resonances. I want to make sure kasi exact yung term for the frequency. So the frequency is actually the measurement of how many times something vibrates. So It is expressed in the number of cycles in repetitive waveforms. Okay, so kunyari hertz. Because there are two sort of forms of measuring sound. So one is hertz, and the other one is in decibels. Explain pa lang ng konti, but just for your information. So hertz is the number of vibrations per second. Okay, so there's different hertz. I'm sure you've heard of the Schumann resonance, which is supposedly like the heartbeat of the earth. It is 7.83 hertz, if I'm not mistaken. You can look, find it online. So it's measured in hertz, whereas decibel, that is where and how you can measure yung ingay, yung noise. How loud is it? Or how soft is it? So the decibel is measured by the amplitude. So the more amplitude, it means there's more applied force and pressure, mas maingay. Because you can play the most beautiful music. You can play classical music, pero kung naka-full blast siya yung volume, mataas yung decibel, it will also produce stress kasi maingay siya, ang taas ng decibel. So whether you're playing music that you love or music that you don't love, kung mataas yung decibel, very, very high, it will produce that fight or flight response sa body. So, even pag nasa disco ka, ganun din. Pero iba yung napoproduce. It's more of adrenaline kasi, di ba? Yung na-excite ka. So, ganun. So, there's always a response. So, more or less, that's about it.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Pink.
Kaya for the next question, no, what is mantra ba? Diba? This is also a kind of sound, tama? And, how is it being done for the benefit of our viewers?
Oh my God, beautiful question. Love na love ko yan. So, mantra, because as a Kundalini yoga teacher, palagi kami nag-mantra. In fact, when we start a class, when we teach a class, we ground every class by beginning with the mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. It's an Adi mantra. And it means I bow to the divine creative consciousness and I bow to the divine guru. So we start every class chanting that mantra 3 times and it's really beautiful, it's really powerful, and yun, ang daming mantras really. There's Tibetan mantras, there's Sikh mantras, S-I-K-H. There's several forms of mantras that are also powerful. Even the Buddhist mantras are really, really lovely. So let's start from the root word. So mantra, so man, mind, and then trang is projection. So mantra is the creative projection of the mind through sound. So paano yun nangyayari? The vocal cords, the voice itself, sound instrument siya. So instead of going externally, we can begin with ourselves as a musical instrument with our voice, and you will vibrate that mantra or that sound using ourselves. So the power, the intensity, the energy, and what you're feeling will all give different experiences with how you connect with the mantra. And the beautiful thing about the mantra is sa dami-daming mantra at in different languages, it's hard to, really being a human in this crazy world, especially in this pandemic. I know mahirap mag-memorize ngayon and to remember, every single word ang ibig sabihin yun. But the point is, I give an example. Love, that's in English. Mahal, in Tagalog. So whatever way you say it, kahit iba pang lengguwahe, nandun pa rin yung essence niya. And that's why mantras are beautiful because they're all positive. And even if hindi mo maalala anong ibig sabihin, nandun pa rin yung essence niya because it's already imbued with a collective consciousness of the universe when you say it. So even if you don't memorize what it means and you say it, pero syempre better if you know, if you're, if you can study it, that would also be better. But even though you can't remember and you chant it, repetitively, you will connect to that energy and that vibration of that mantra. So it's important also for us to exercise. By the way, doing mantra is a form of exercise. Ang galing. You're just sitting down, pero exercise your lungs, your vocal cords, pati yung internal organs actually have. Because you're vibrating it. So you're using your lungs, you're using your diaphragm. At the same time, yung lahat ng internal organs mo nahi-heal because you're producing that sound which causes the healing. Kahit wala kang music, kahit kanta ka lang, okay na yun. That's already also another form of sound healing. Kahit wala kang internet, libre pa. There, yun.
Wow, Teacher Denise, grabe, ang dami, I'm sure ang dami mo natututunan ngayon. And what I like about how you explain it, it's very practical. You explain the way merong combination ng spiritual and science side ng mantra, the science of mantra na you really made it very easy to understand what is mantra. Kasi I'm sure some of our viewers, they are not aware about this, what is mantra, but giving that example, it's very easy to do that. You're even saying na, even you just sit down and easy to say the word love, the fact that whether they believe it or not, it has an energy already. The word itself has an energy. It has been there in the collective consciousness. And when you keep repetition is power also. When you keep that saying that word, the energy of love definitely will that's the frequency you're going to emanate, or diba? So ang ganda ng pagkaka-explain mo, Teacher Denise. And I want to know, because you just mentioned there's a lot of mantras going and around us. It's been there anyway in the beginning pa lang. But what is this specific mantra that they call chakra mantras, and how is it becoming very effective to use? And how is it being done also, itong specific chakra mantra na to? And why is it so important to practice this, Teacher Denise?
Okay, so
ang dami kong question, no? Pakisagot lahat.
we'll take it one step at a time. So, the chakras, for those who are familiar, yun nga, we have yung basic na 7 chakras. So, the basic 7 chakras, supposedly, yung mga, the old gurus back in the day, earlier during, I don't know, when time began, when they started, the spiritual internal journeys, they're able to be so sensitive kasi syempre before walang technology. It's just they have to make aliw themselves, di ba? Nasa field lang, nasa bundok, and it's just the grass growing and then themselves staring at whatever the greenery is. So they were able to sort of detect or become sensitive to hear the vibration of each of the chakras. So the chakras are energy centers. They're not physically there, but they're there energetically. And so from the root chakra, they deciphered that the beach mantra for the root is LAM, L-A-M, LAM. So when I did my sound healing teacher training last year, I learned under Swami Chaitanya Krishna. He's a sound healing guru, and he flew all the way from Nepal. So in that area, they were able to decipher that it's LAM for the root chakra. So I'll do it per chakra. Okay, so LAM for the root chakra, VAM for the sacral chakra, RAM for the solar plexus, LAM, VAM, RAM, And then for here, for the one above here, the heart, lam bam ram. Wait lang. Hold on. Give me one moment in time. Let me try to recall. Lam bam ram. Yam and then ham for the throat. And then for the third eye, it is Om, O-M. And then for the crown chakra, it's Aung, A-U-N-G.
Mm.
So let's say you want to heal or activate a certain chakra. Let's say your solar plexus chakra, which is the seat of your power, your self-identity is there, your sense of self, your confidence. This is where you store your power. So if you want to activate that and heal that, we were made to practice an exercise of chanting those mantras 108 times per chakra. So let's say ram 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 like that, and may corresponding mudras yon, all of them. So mudras are hand gestures, and each of those hand gestures are what you will do during the chanting of each of those mantras for that specific chakra. So yun, that was very nice also to experience, and ideally you shouldn't rush it. Like talagang namnamin mo yung sound, the mantra, let it really vibrate, like really absorb it. So that's the best way to chant actually. Anything. Yun. Feel the flow.
Yes. Yes, Pink.
Yeah, I really love how you're explaining everything, no, Teacher Denise. Sobrang parang ganun kadali lang ang healing. Just, sing a song and then you're already giving yourself a healing na kapag, di ba, by just transmuting it. So, it's parang sound healing. Parang for me, it's the simplest way to have a healing or to give yourself a healing through sound healing. So, yeah, my next question is, so aside from, Nam, Vam, Ram, and Yam, can we also, how about you? What's your personal mantra in every day? Parang ganun. So, we can, share it to our viewers, share it to us, and baka we can resonate, they can resonate with that mantra. Pwede namin gamitin.
Wow. Mahirap yan. Basta Kundalini Yoga teacher, mahirap yan kasi ang dami naming favorite na mantras. And of course, I have to share yung unang-una, which is Satnam. So I think your previous guest, Teacher Wariza, I'm sure she shared that with you because that is our basic form of saying hi and hello in Kundalini Yoga. Parang greeting namin na rin yun, yung Satnam, which is truth is my identity. So truth is Sat, Nam is identity. Or maybe the truth in me honors the truth in you. So that's Satnam. I super love that. Another one, siguro beach para madali lang, is Har. So I listen to Tantric Har while doing certain exercises. So Har, H-A-R, that means the creative consciousness of God. So it means it's a more active state of connecting to God na parang gusto mo mag-manifest. There's also Har, Hare, Hari, Waheguru. Actually, I can go on forever, so just bear with me. Just choose na lang the ones that, you can connect with. So Har means, of course, again, like I said, it's the seed, the start. Har, Hare is the process or the flow. Har, Hare. Hari is completion or the accomplishment. And then Waheguru means that being one in the ecstasy of God. So that's Waheguru. Like, wow, God. Yung ganon. Wow. So that's another good chant to use if you want to, for prosperity, if you want to manifest something,
Mm-hmm.
focus mo lang or buhos mo yung energy doon sa Har Hare Hari Waheguru because you know, you can use creative visualization also while chanting it para talagang mangyari whatever it is you want to happen. So that's very nice. Another thing I also fell in love with is Gayatri Mantra. So I actually, well, I'm not wearing my mala beads today, but I really do chant the Gayatri Mantra 108 times. So it's actually quite long. Yeah, you can check it out on Spotify. Deva Premal has a nice version, 108 Gayatri Mantra. Yeah, there's other versions you can choose from na mas tribal and more active. Yun. What else?
So do you also use English mantras?
Or all Sanskrit.
I like the I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I love it.
Blissful and
Very
beautiful. Hold on. This one's also nice. Let's say before starting class or before beginning something or before beginning a presentation or an interview. If you want to calm yourself down, you can say, me within me is the, anyway, let me see if I recall it correctly. Me within me is the unity, me within me is the divinity, me within me is the grace, I am the master of the space.
Oh, so that is a mantra
Wow.
already, Teacher Denise.
Yeah, so that's something you can use if you want to, be in control of your surroundings so that you'll be calm down, so that you're, not so jittery, ganon. So that's another nice mantra that I use. Yun.
Thank you. I'm a bit curious about what is this ball that's surrounding you, teacher. Maybe you can share with us. I heard about Tibetan bowls, but maybe you can explain or expound it more for the benefits of our viewers. And what does it do? What does it really produce, and why it's there with you?
Yes, actually, super special lahat to.
Uh-huh.
All flown in straight from Nepal,
Wow.
up in the mountains, in the boondocks there. And
How many of those, teacher? Ilan sila?
so ito, medyo special to, beyond yung 7, kasi 7 represents 1 per chakra. I have an F sharp, which is for kind of the auric field. So I have a total of 8 of these Tibetan bowls. Actually, I have more. I have for a higher octave, I have smaller Tibetan bowls, but I've kept it right now. Mas matinig siya yung higher. So I have another set also from Nepal. But I like this one because the deep, low sound of the Tibetan bowls are super relaxing. So grounding to. Not to say that my other Tibetan bowls aren't, they don't sound well. They sound really, really excellent. Parang chimes because, it's higher pitch. It's higher octave. But I think if you're like connecting maybe to the crown chakra or, you're wanting to connect to higher frequencies, I would suggest the smaller bowls which produce higher pitch. But we're doing, this is arranged, by the way, in brain entrainment. So I didn't arrange it according to the chakra. Kasi kung chakra siya, it's basically yung pinakamalaking bowl to the smallest bowl. And it will basically sound like Doris Do. So ganun lang siya. But ngayon, medyo mas special siya because I wanted to give you a taste of the brain entrainment method that we're using for sound healing. So that will get you into a deep state of relaxation and healing.
Wow. I guess let all of us experience that what you just mentioned, Teacher Denise, and I think our viewers is they are all excited to experience what is going to be the effect on us, because even I believe even we have this in the social media platforms. Energy is everything is energy. So marinig lang namin yan, yung sinasabi mo nga nakaka-relax, nakaka-feeling at rest, papasok yan sa energy system namin. Yeah? So,
Yeah.
may we request you to demo all these beautiful Tibetan singing bowls that you have for us? And if do we need to prepare ourselves, what are the things that we need to do?
Yes, of course, sure. So, well, first of all, find a nice, comfortable space. Ideally, lie down if you can, maybe on your yoga mat or your sofa, and then find a nice, quiet space where you're comfortable. And basically, it. Your only job is to close your eyes, and I will do the work.
Okay.
Relax lang kayo, and
Thank you.
yes, and then I will talk more about the bowls, what it's made of, how why does it heal, but there's nothing better than to experience it yourself. So, ayun.
Thank
Okay,
you, teacher.
you're very welcome. So when you're ready, just lay down and close your eyes. Be relaxed, take a deep breath in and exhale. Be relaxed all the muscles of your body, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Just soften and relax everything. So take this time to be with yourself and let go of anything that doesn't serve you and surrender yourself to the earth. So just keep still and listen and feel the vibrations. Absorb the healing energy of the sounds. And when you're ready, you're gonna make small movements with your fingertips and your toes. You can circle your ankles and your wrists. And then you can give yourself a nice long deep stretch if you're laying down. Stretch your whole body, expand yourself. Okay, and then from here, you can just gently turn to one side and then lift yourself up back into a seated pose. And from there, slowly and gently open your eyes. And welcome back to the world.
Thank you, teacher. Teacher Denise, nakaka-relax siya ha. And it's a really possible while sharing my experience lang. Parang when you started playing, parang na-smile ako kasi it brought me back to the experience. Like, I don't know, there's no sound naman when I went there. Pero yung experience when I went to Bhutan and really went to the mountain to see this temple up on the mountain talaga yung known na tiger's nest. So parang habang piniplay mo siya, yun yung parang visible image na nasa while I was closing my eyes. So I don't know, but kaya nai-smile ako habang nagpi-play ka ng ganyan kasi that was one of my good experiences when I went to Bhutan, going to that temple, tiger's nest. So yun yung bumalik na parang memory sa akin.
Wow, ganda naman. Wish I were there. Swerte mo Bhutan.
Yeah. So I think because it's healing for me, I find that place a healing place. Tapos yan yung parang nag-match silang dalawa. Pagka play mo ng ganon, yun lang yung picture, yung image na laging nandun sa na nakikita ko while I was closing my eyes and then hearing that, and that's the picture, the temple that on the mountain.
Beautiful. Love it.
So thank you, Teacher Denise. Yes, Pink.
Sobrang naman ako, parang yung na-imagine ko lang, nakahiga ako. Sana nakahiga ako. Yun yung na-imagine ko. And sobrang, I just wanted to surrender everything. Nakalma talaga. I forgot na I have something to do pa, I have work to do pa. So nakaka-relax talaga siya, calming. And the vibration, really nafe-feel ko siya sa, in my body. And it's very empowering yung feeling. Ang sarap.
Yay! Very good. Thank you. Actually, you have to thank the bowls. So, just to give also some background on the bowls. So, traditionally, when they made the Tibetan bowls, parang combination daw siya ng 7 different types of metal. Kasi the 7 different types of metal used to make the bowls also correspond to the 7 different planets. And also, each of them have a different note, and each of these notes also correspond to each of the chakras. So, example lang, let's see kung na-memorize ko yung 7. There's also a bit of concentration ng gold, and the gold represents the sun, super energy. And then may konting silver, so that represents the moon. And then Mercury, for obviously Mercury. And then there's, I think, lead for Saturn. And then, let me see what else. Or is lead Mars? No, iron for Mars. Yun. And then, so on and so forth, actually, until, each of the metals correspond to each of the planets. You can look them up. And, yun, syempre, I know right now online tayo, so that's just a fraction actually of the experience. Kasi mas buo yung experience kung nandito tayo together live in the flesh. Kasi you can really feel yung vibration talaga. ng bowl, na galing sa bowl. In fact, pag nagsasound healing kami, we strategically place yung bowls around the body of the person para talagang maximize yung sound, and it really, parang sound bath talaga siya. So, yun.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I think the experience will be even more greater pag talagang face-to-face yan, di ba? Yung talagang flesh talaga. But remember during Medicale training with teacher JC, he had us experience also that thing. May dinala rin siyang mga Tibetan singing bowls during that time. And then everyone was able to experience how it was being done. But of course, it's also different. I had a different experience for every with the Tibetan singing bowls. With you naman, yun nga, yung experience when I was in Bhutan na I connote that as a healing because that place is a healing place. And then yun yung nakita ko kanina during the time we kept playing the Tibetan singing bowl. So that was a very, very wonderful experience, Teacher Denise. And thank you very much for the kindness and generosity that you let every one of us tuning in with you right now experience this healing in a form of sounds. Yeah. And what I would the last that we want to ask from you is an inspiration coming from you with the current situation that we are in right now. I know you are aware about this, that everyone's still in this, we are still locked in our own safe haven. What can you share to our viewers that they can do, they can practice to uplift their spirit regardless what they are facing right now? I mean, let's not negate the fact that a lot of our fellow men is still going through something, may it be spiritual, mental, emotional, or physical. What can you share with them, teacher, apart from giving us a very, very powerful information about this kind of practice? Other than that, teacher, what can you give to our viewers that they can practice on their own?
Well, actually, another simple thing that we can all do is just be happy and how listen to your favorite music, to your favorite songs. Pero syempre lang, disclaimer, kailangan yung song, positive yung song, hindi yung mga nakakalungkot na, madrama na sad love songs. It has to be positive songs. You can sing that at the top of your lungs. By all means, go lang. I mean, if it makes you happy, right? Go lang. Just sing. And then, I know it's corny, but I love to dance. So again, it's related to sound and to music. So, sige lang. Tugtugin mo yung favorite songs mo and then just dance to it. Because that will also release the endorphins, which will strengthen you. It will help boost your immune system. Basta always know that wherever you are in life, no matter how hard things are, kahit mahirap, you have may choice ka kasi. So you have that choice to be happy. So pwede mong piliin yun. Instead of, drowning and focusing on the sadness. Just at any time, in a snap of a finger, pwede ka maging happy. Just like that, in 1 second. So as long as you choose it and you want it, you will get it. So, gano'n. And what else? Syempre, taking care of yourself physically. I know lahat tayo are guilty of sleeping late, binging on Netflix, saka eating all our favorite food, which is not so healthy. So, ayun din. So, everything in moderation sa mga cakes and chips and pastries at lahat na. So,
Happy din kasi siya, teacher, di ba? Hingin mo.
Sarap kumain talaga, but no.
In moderation, tama yung word ni teacher. In moderation naman.
Yeah. What else? It's okay naman. Just, as long as you balance yourself. Don't be too restrictive. What else? Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It's also a good time since lahat tayo nasa bahay, mag-declutter na kayo. Con Maria Life.
Uh-huh.
You can check that out. Marie Kondo, the life-changing art of tidying up, the life-changing magic of tidying up. So,
Wow.
yun. That will super, super help you. Kasi minsan nga, ang daming kalat, ang daming gamit. The things actually collect and attract more dust. So, vibrations also yun, yung sobrang daming gamit. Kailangan ng mga houses nyo, gym and thing, parang resort.
Puro halaman naman siya, teacher. Kailangan, parang bring nature closest to you. So that's what I do. Puro halaman.
Puro halaman ko.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, Pin.
I really agree, Teacher Denise, no, na we have a choice every day kung saan tayo magfo-focus, kung magfo-focus ba tayo dun sa mga, mga bagay na hindi natin gusto, or focus tayo dun sa mga bagay na mas magandang isipin or i-focus on. So, yeah, this session, this interview is really empowering, inspiring also. It's a good reminder to me, and I guess to everyone na makakapanood nito. Sobrang our creator has created this thing everywhere. It's everywhere. It's easy, like sound healing.
Yes. So, once again, thank you very much, Teacher Denise, for your kindness, your generosity by giving all this powerful information that you even let us experience the power of this healing, the singing Tibetan bowls. Thank you very much, and we're so grateful for your time and energy that you spend with us
today. And I'm sure our viewers learn from you and even experience a healing on all levels. So with that, the Naturopaths in Manila are so grateful to have you in our program. So thank you again, Teacher Denise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow! That was a very, very nice and relaxing interview and experience.
Yeah, napaka-chill. Napa-chill na nga ako biglang kanina, di ba, pagpasok ko dito. So, Ngayon, nakaka-relax talaga. But anyway, just for our viewers, of course, we learned so much from Teacher Denise about the sound healing. We now know that yung mga sounds na yan can be used for a higher purpose, which can be a form of healing talaga, di ba, love? Na there are talagang may mga certain mantras. I mean, if we're really going to study further, we can really have an access to those ancient teachings. This time around, kailangan na natin yung mga yan. Harness all of those. After all, yan yung mga ginagamit way back to get them. Of course, with the proper knowledge of what we are doing right now, hindi naman natin yan. Ibang-iba kasi yung nag-evolve kasi tayo, di ba? Yung teachings nun. Pero what I'm trying to say, these mga things, way back, mga ancient teachings, ancient information, or mga ginagamit nila, they're all effective na kung gagamitin mo yan ngayon, you have to be also become aware and knowledgeable, and you understand how to use it. You don't just use it because hearsay. We encourage, lagi naman natin yung inaano dito sa program natin, love, that we encourage our viewers to study further whatever we talk or say, think in our program. Sila mismo do their further research kung yung mga sinasabi natin, because tayo, that's what we do, because that's what we are being taught, and we use that to make it see the effectivity. Hindi naman natin basta lang sinasabi na gamitin nyo kasi this is the right, or this is the way that you're going to be healed. But for me personally, about the chanting nga, as I'm saying, one of the things that also I learned from one of the direct students of Master Choa Koksul, in pranic healing, which is Master Stephen Koy, said this in one of his Anchor the Light meditation. Now, when he talked briefly about chanting and mga mantras, what is very, very important to this, the mantra itself is very powerful already. May energy na siya. But you coupled it with the important context of all of this is who are the one chanting also. Because your parang yung resonance nyo talaga mag-merge yan eh. And then that will bring effectivity, whatever, where you want to direct the energy. If you want to direct this to a form of healing for yourself or for healing of others or for healing the community, that can be done. If that is the work of the energy nga, yung sinasabi na. So, what we just now experience from Teacher Denise is really something that she equipped us of letting us inform that we can chant. We were understand that we have to also become aware. When we chant nga, di ba, kailangan din our thoughts and emotion are in line to what we are chanting. Hindi ka pwede mag-chant ng tawag dito and there's something going on in you, di ba? Kasi you want to produce result out of this parang content na ginagamit mo. So, it's really scientific actually. It's very, you're really using your mental ability to understand. But at the same time, the practicality when you use it, nandun, di ba? So, that's a very difficult thing to know and understand.
Yes, correct, no, Judith Alma. And I just realized no how parang ganun kasimple kung paano tayo pwedeng matulungan ng mga sarili natin by just saying a word, by just listening to a song, because song or sound is for everyone. You can access that and every day, any time of the day. So hindi ganun ka-komplikado. Like, if you wanted to be healed, you just, katulad nga ng sinabi ni Teacher Denise, as simple as listening to a very positive, to your favorite song, it can already help you be healed. And yeah, there's a science in sound healing.
May naalala ako sinabi mo. Yeah, agree ako. Kasi di ba, pagpasok natin, when we met at the backstage, may pinatutugtog ako na napaka-napapadance mo. About the parang
Really? Yun. Yeah, actually guys, for the viewers, when we started and JM just come in the studio of StreamYard, she was playing a song, she was dancing, very perky and alive, bouncy.
Maririnig ba? Tignan mo.
Sige.
Ay, teka lang. Maririnig?
Oo, naririnig. Anong tawag ng song?
Pakinggan mo niyo muna. Yan yung sinasabi ko. Ang 90s love eh. Malapit na.
Hala.
Ito na.
Oh, yeah, that song. Very 90s.
All I want is your love.
Kumanta talaga tayo dito. 11:16 na. We have to, wrap this up.
No, I was just saying because of course I knew I was aware that Teacher Denise will be the 1 hour parang guest for this this morning, but I didn't really realize that. But listen to the song that will make you feel better. Actually, kanina ko pa siya pinatutugtog nung I was preparing during the meeting. Actually, siya yung background ko mag-rest kami. Parang ganun naman ng ganun. Ang sarap nito.
I just realized na sakto.
Gusto ko yung lyrics niya, yung mood ng songs niya, sabi ko. Tapos ngayon sinabi nga ni Teacher Denise, di ba? Play lang, pati yung music na as long as it's funky. Wag yung mga drama-drama. So,
Correct.
inisip ko lang ngayon, bakit naman ganito rin yung lyrics? Kasi yung lyrics niya rin sa niya, all I want is love. Parang,
Napaisip din, no?
pero nagawa ko na siya ng step. Sabi ko nga, ala, kanino kasi nag-ano ako. Sabi ko, pwede ko na itong pang TikTok
TikTok talaga.
It's anyway, yeah, it's already 11:18 and we want to say thank you to all our viewers. We believe that you have learned something from our speaker or from our guest for this morning. She actually shares so much information about this na simultaneously we learn, we experience healing, and for that, Teacher Denise, thank you very much for your kindness, for your generosity, for sharing all of this information to us na talagang very practical application to sa amin, sa lahat ng viewers namin na we can really use music or sounds to as a form of our healing on all levels to ourselves and to our lives, di ba? So, thank you, Teacher Denise, and to all our viewers. Thank you very much, and we will all see you again on Tuesday. But before that, I think we will have to say for our next guest, ipo-promote niya lang. Excited ako sa next guest natin yan. Nako.
Nako.
Miss natin siya. So next week, live na live siya sa atin. Sasabihin ko na para... Hindi pwede
Baka tayo
kasi... live siya next week. So stay tuned, di ba? Maraming nakamiss sa kanya. Actually, bihirang-bihirang lumabas to. Pero Naturopaths in Manila was able to put him live here on our program. And he will share the balance of life, work, and how he maintains his overall healthy aspect in his life na paano niya yan na-juggle lahat na tuting super busy itong taong to. Ang dami niyang ginagawa. Ang daming responsibilities right now that he is actually looking after, addressing, and taking care of. But still, yung energy nitong tao to maintain his good health. Tsaka yung kanya. Sabi nga niya, pwede ba, sabi niya parang, papakita niya daw yung abs niya. Sabi ko, wag na lang.
Kasi daw next year pa kung yung abs yung papakita niya.
Yung master ko na lang, sabi ko. But tune in with us on Tuesday next week because we have a very, I'm sure it's going to be so fun, but very informative discussion also for Tuesday. I'm so excited to have this guest in our program lab. Maraming nakamiss sa kanya. So, dadalhin natin siya dito live. Kaya,
maraming nag-aabang dyan.
Sinopromote ka namin live kasama next week. Diba?
Nakaka-excite to. Natatawa na ako ngayon pala.
Oo, pag siya talaga alam, knowing this person na pag nodal moment, so magtatawanan tayo pero sabi ko nga, fruitful and very informative kasi yun talagang ability nitong tao to eh. Ganyan yan eh. Pag dinala mo sa isang place, you listen to him, di ba? Pero mapapalagi.
Very magnetic. Very magnetic yung tao.
I agree. So, yes. So, thank you again. See you on Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, see you guys and thank you so much. Thank you, Teacher Denise. Thank you sa mga viewers. And yeah, next week it's all about work-life balance. Real people, ordinary people. Yes. Na-experience nila and they are really practicing that, work-life balance and highlighting also for next week the Dr. Energy and Dr. Exercise plus Dr. Diet also. Yun ang matututunan natin from our
guest.
Yes.
Yeah. Balancing all of this.
Yeah. Ang dami pala. Wait lang. May mga nag-comment pala.
Sige, basahin mo siya.
So, hello to Cristel Dacumos Lagosa. Denise is an amazing teacher and beautiful soul. And also, Teacher Denise, Eauaua Roco de Leon. Yeah, nag-reply kay Cristel. You're too sweet, Cristel Dacumos Lagosa. Thank you. And also, Rhea from Pranic Healing.
And
Thank you,
Sadistic
Denise.
Clinic, Sadistic Clinic, Zarina Malyari, also watching us. Yes. So I'm sure yung guest natin next week nanonood din yan. Kasama ni Sadistic Clinic Zarina yan. So watch out mo.
So let's wrap this up. See
Yes.
you next week again, guys. See you love next week. Bye.
Bye.